Hey everybody, welcome back to the Dungeon Dive. Daniel here. I hope you're doing well, and if you're not, I hope you are soon. Okay, just a quick little video tonight. Something different. I've been thinking about designing my own quest for Dungeon Crusade, and so I am in the beginning stages of doing that. And I kind of wanted to talk through it and let everybody know what I am doing, to maybe give some other people some ideas of how they can design quests, because I'd like to see more kind of community quests being made for this game. I haven't seen really anything, and I definitely haven't seen a video like this. So I kind of wanted to, I don't know, maybe start a little movement or something. I know that Roger and Ilpo, I know they've been working together to make the game shorter and more digestible. But I think it could go even further in that. And so in the quest that I'm making, I want it to be, I want the entire thing to be able to be done in just a couple hours. And a really quick kind of condensed game of Dungeon Crusade. And it is also very it's super customized in the kind of things in the things that I'm using and doing. So let's talk a little bit about where I am right now, and I'm going to kind of evolve it over the next couple weeks and then play through it and see how it goes. If it turns out cool, maybe I'll type it up and release it. But the first thing that my quest is doing that's different is we are going to be playing a little condensed version of the Avalon Adventure board game. So I am saying that this quest is going to be taking place in the Forgotten Ruins, and I am using this map here to be part of my Forgotten Ruins for this quest here. And I've chosen the Forgotten Ruins because I'm saying that at the beginning, before this quest starts, my party, and I'm going to be playing with either 2 or 3 heroes, probably using the solo crusader mode that Roger is working on. But we're going to have to travel from the Thunder Coast down to the lair of Aben into the Forgotten Ruins for this quest to start. And so the way I am simulating that is I basically just took out the 3 adventure cards from the Avalon Adventure board game for the Thunder Coast, the Lair of Aben, and the Forgotten Ruins. And before we can actually start in the main quest, we have to go through an adventure on each one of these cards, rolling a d12 and seeing what happens to it. So it's just kind of a little preamble, a little prologue, just kind of a way to kick off the quest proper. So once that happens, we will enter into this little village, because I really like this map, because I feel like it does kind of tell a story of this little village that has risen up. Maybe they've been digging through these caves and they've discovered this kind of like really terrible kind of ritual place in these caverns. And I do really enjoy this map a lot. So the heroes will start off here, and there are a few differences that I will be playing with. So there will be no mining, no tavern tasks, no blessing. Also, the heroes can level up at a certain place on this map during the adventure, so there's no celebration day. This is a one-time quest. This isn't, you're not going in, going back to the village, coming out, going back to the village, and rinse and repeat. So it's kind of a condensed version. So we can level up somewhere on this map, and everything will be done in one sitting. So what is this quest about? This quest is all about killing Lord Blackhand. And Lord Blackhand is over here, and I'm saying that he is with 2 of his generals here. And Lord Blackhand is trying to complete this ritual of awakening. And if he completes this ritual of awakening before we can kill him, and the quest is over when we kill Lord Blackhand and his 2 generals, Razorfang and Nefarion, and we throw their corpses into the eternal abyss. So that is the goal of this quest. What they're trying to do is, well, one, stop the heroes from completing their quest, and they are trying to complete a ritual. I'm not quite sure how the ritual timer is going to work. There's going to be something ticking away in the background because they're trying to complete a ritual. And if they complete a ritual, they will cause 3 shadow level 3 minion shadow servants to appear on these spaces here. And then they will become these super strong minions that will be roaming the board. And then we have to kill all 3 of them before we can kill Lord Blackhand and his 2 generals. However, Lord Blackhand is greatly protected by this evil power, and he can only be killed by 1 weapon, and that is the Dagger of Unholy Blight, with a gem that is going to be attached to it. So part of the quest is going to be finding this gem. Part of the quest is going to be unlocking this Holy Blight dagger, and that is done by finding these 3 orbs of power that we are going to be placing on these altars where the shadow servants will come from. And when we do that, the dagger is going to appear right here. And so we will have to get at least one of our heroes up to level 3 so they can wield the dagger, attach that gem, and then use that to kill Lord Blackhand. So that's kind of like what we're going to be doing on this quest. So this game will only use, as far as Guardians go, it's only going to be using a level 2 Lord Blackhand, and then his generals will be at level 1. I guess if you wanted to make the game harder, you could raise up the level of these. If the ritual goes through and the shadow servants come into being, then Lord Blackhand will level up to level 3 as well. One other modification I am making is I am using only a certain number of minions. So for my level 1 minions, I'm only using wraiths, cultists, and skeletons. And so these are going to be the level 1 minions. And then there will also be level 2 minions. I'm not quite sure when the level 2 minions will be coming out. Probably when like half of the ritual is completed. And the level 2 minions are the same. There's going to be the level 2 cultists, wraiths, and skeletal grunts. And once these minions come out, they will completely replace any of the level 1 minions. I've also gone through and I'm only using champions levels 1, 2, and 3, and those are going to be randomly seated throughout some of the chambers in the game. And these I've gone through and picked out kind of ones that I think pick with the theme of this quest that I'm making. So the level 1 champions will be the Blackhand Sniper, the Tenderfoot Warlock, and the Sisters of Faith. Okay, and then the level 2 champions will be the Blackhand Blade Master, the Keeper of the Faith, and the Blackhand Thurifer. And then finally, for the level 3 champions, we will be using the Blackhand Defiler and the Elder Priest. So it's kind of like this cult theme, this kind of like Blackhand cult theme. And so I've tailored everything to kind of fit with that theme. So the quest proper, after we've gone through that little adventure at the beginning using the Avalon Adventure mode, Avalon Adventure board game, I should say, what we have to do is part 1 is we have to find, oh yeah, the way the map is set up is a little different. So I'm putting these blue and red door markers are going to be like magical doors. And so these can only be opened. This door here takes a red and blue key. This takes a blue key, red and blue key, red and blue key. And then finally to get into the chamber to kill Lord Blackhand, his generals will be coming out because any enemy can pass through these magical doors. But to get in to kill Lord Blackhand, we also have to have the red and blue key. So the first part of this quest is to find the blue key, or I should say the red key. And the red key is going to be in one of these huts up here in the village area. And that is going to also represent the hut where the village elder resides. And wherever the red key is found, that village elder will be there as an NPC. And that's where we can go to also pay for healing and pay to level up, just like we were back at the village. Albus can still be used. The Fetch Hound can still be used to run back and forth to a major village outside of this particular game to pick up more like potions and gear and that kind of stuff. So he will still be used as normal, and the blacksmith and the potion store will still be used as normal. But in order to randomly see the key, we have the red key here, or the onyx key, I should say, and then these will be blank, and we will mix those up together and then lay them out here. And so somewhere in this little village is going to be that key. And then I will also put some level 1 or level 2 monsters, because the monsters have started invading this village. So there will be bad things that will be found in this village as well. And then part 2 of the quest. So once we get that red key, we have to come down and we have to figure out a way to get into the ancient ruins here, the evil sanctuary of Lord Blackhand. And so we have to open up the red door here into Rand's sanctuary, and then we have to pass a little mini game in order to open up the secret passage that leads into the chamber proper. And to do that, we have to pass one of these 3 mini locking games or unlocking games to open up that secret passage. And so once we get into that secret passage, we need to find the gem in the hidden cave, and that's the gem that we will attach to the dagger. And that gem will be up here in the hidden cave, and it's represented by this lantern, this beacon of light. It's a beacon of holy light that we attach to the dagger in order to kill Lord Blackhand. So that'll be in one of these 2 chambers up here. Okay, and then part 4 is we have to gather the 3 ancient stones of slumber in order to put the shadow servants back to sleep. And those ancient stones of slumber are represented by these 3 orbs, the red, the blue, and the green orb. And there's also an ivory key, and those are all going to be randomized in these chambers here that we have to find. So that's part 4. And then we have to place those 3 orbs on these blue things here. That'll spawn the dagger. And then part 5 is we have to kill the Lord Blackhand with that dagger, with the attached gem, kill his 2 generals at some point, and then also throw all 3 of their bodies into the eternal abyss in order to win the game. And then, like I said, if they complete their ritual before we can do that, they will spawn 3 of the shadow servants there. And then we have to kill that whole group of baddies. And so the rest of these empty chambers, I'm still not quite sure. Those will probably be populated with random things like, champions, empties, crates, and that kind of thing. One other house rule that I do always play with is the trap system. And part of this quest is to disarm as many traps as you can for the village. And one house rule that I use with the traps is if you successfully de-arm a trap, if you trigger a trap and you disarm it, or you bypass the trap card without taking any damage, I say that you have disarmed that trap. And if you do that, you get 2 experience points. And so it gives you an incentive to trigger traps and to engage with them rather than avoid them. And that is also a cool way to get experience points so we can level up. But yeah, so this is just kind of I've been really wanting to make a custom quest for Dungeon Crusade, because I think the game really lends itself well to custom quests, and I'd like to see more custom quests being made for this game, because I think there could be some really cool stuff. And I would also like to see more custom quests that are just shorter, just more condensed games, more customized games of Dungeon Crusade, where we can get in and play an entire cool quest in like just a couple hours and have a complete condensed experience. So I'll let you guys know how it goes. If the quest ends up being fun and something that I think is worthy of typing up and releasing, then I will. So all right, guys, well, take it easy. We'll talk to you later. Bye bye.